stations are based at the borders. This is catching people coming up through like Tahoe. They would come up through Marsing, Bruno. They're coming up through Duck Valley. They would be coming up there through Wild Horse. This is just north of Jackpot. Cottrell, you're going to cut off an hour or so if you take the I-84 cutoff. You'll cut off another hour if you take I-93 or take 93 and go to the Treasure Valley. Then you got Malad, Weston, Franklin. This Weston site's new this year. We've had an interest group from that corner of the state come forward and say that they want to try something down there. And there's a road that connects those two that they think people are going around. So the reason behind that check station, we're going to run it over the weekends to see if that's really true, how many people are going around, how many people are we missing. So Weston is just west of Preston. And then you have Franklin and then Bear Lake. These two stations are ran through a cooperator up in Henry's Lake. They're inspecting, I believe, both sides of the highway or traffic going both ways. And then they also have a little inspection station there at the boat ramp that they do kind of separately. We talked about redfish in particular, how that money is funneled through the Forest Service to us to run that. That's separate from the sticker. And then some of these stations have been funded through Eurasian Water milfoil money because they have a lot of milfoil up there. And there's been some lake associations that have come forward and say, I don't want milfoil in this lake, let's set up a station here to keep it out of there. So there's some of the reason behind those. Sears is by far probably our busiest station. At any point in time, they can, in the busy 4th of July weekend, they can inspect a boat every 4 minutes or every 5 minutes, 2 lanes of traffic, and they have to work through those pretty quickly. Or if you want to work at a station that doesn't inspect a whole lot of boats, maybe go to Marsing. And they used to be a busy check station, but anybody have any idea why they have slowed off in that corner?
No water in California anymore.
No water, so it's like no water, no boats. You can inspect dirt bikes or something, I don't know. But yeah, so California and the Wahis, yeah, they pick up a few boats here and there at this time of year, but as far as their total numbers are way down. But also, the number of boats might not be as important as which boats you're inspecting. And so Marsing, even though they have fewer boats, that one boat that they do inspect may have came all the way up from an infested water body, and those are the boats that we need to be looking at, same as Moab. They might not get that constant boat traffic like Cedars. The traffic that they see is probably the most important. Cedars maybe occasionally checks a boat from the Great Lakes, and they have found mussel boats in the past, but then generally that's that Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls interaction there. But, so 17 stations, that even might go up even more. Who knows? We're getting more partners out there every day. You can see the dates over there, they're kind of small, but generally we start these stations down at the bottom of the state first, and that's due to that snowbird traffic going back up. And then as the other places start warming up, redfish won't start until the middle of June, just because they still have more snow than we do. I hope. I haven't been up there for a while. And then the other stations will come online. So we need groups like this to help out with several different things. Definitely advocate for the clean, drain, dry message, advocate for the hitchhiker idea for both terrestrial noxious weeds, invasive species, the whole bit, where if you're going to go to an area and recreate and you love that area, just make sure all your gear and everything's cleaned off before you go. Help inspecting watercraft, whether it's your own or your buddies or a group that you're affiliated with. Try to get a group together and inspect boats. Help on monitoring and surveying, so potentially setting up something for villager surveys for substrate sampling. Then also, as our group progresses through this, there's always issues that come up, and we're always looking for other groups offering input on how we can better manage the program, how we can better run the show, that kind of stuff. So we're always asking for different ideas or different thoughts or stuff we haven't thought of, that kind of stuff. Because there's muscle fatigue out there. So the call to order is just be informed. and to keep your eye out for stuff that looks funky. This applies for terrestrial noxious weeds as well. Help educate. If you see something, just grab it, take photos, report it, get some lats and longs, and go forward. So something out of the ordinary. Anybody know what the stuff on the right is? It's not mussels, but it is kind of weird looking. We have it in Cascade Lake, actually, in the Payette River drainage. It's actually a bryozoan creature. It's like a giant booger, I guess.
Related to the Rocky
respiratory.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, we get them in the upper end of Payette Lake, and I've seen them down in Mill Pond, down in Horseshoe Bend, because it goes through this system. I haven't seen them down in Black Creek, but or Black Canyon, but I imagine they're in there somewhere. But they're pretty cool, native, good guys.
What are they again?
They're bryozoan. I'm not sure. Your book probably would have them, but. So yeah, just, I mean, that's something out of the ordinary. If you see something that's weird looking, pictures and can report it.
So what do they look like outside of the net? Is it just a, I mean, bryozoan? I mean, it wasn't that inside of a net, you couldn't really see what it was.
They naturally attach to submerged log sticks or rocks.
Oh.
And so they'll build this kind of jelly structure on the, inside of the log or in like the crotch of a branch.
So it's actually kind of like a little
yeah, it's,
snotty thing?
More
yeah.
snot.
That's what Tom he said, a giant booger.
I just saw a picture of a bryozoan in the California lake thing, where the water's down so low, it was up in the air, real interesting looking. And so I looked it up too, and they're like an animal rather than a plant.
Yeah.
They call it
It's a living organism.
moss animal or something to
Somewhere
describe it.
Zooplankton at all, or, is it tiny?
Fishing there.
Not
I noticed when I was at Harriman last year, that in the campground, a couple of campgrounds on the state park there, they had, for the fly fishermen, washing stations. And
Oh,
I was out in Colorado prior to coming back here, they had a real push here, I think it was for whirling disease, the wash stations, they were
Yeah.
trying to get fly fishermen to get rid of their felt-soled boots or shoes.
Right.
And I really haven't seen that push here, and I don't know if that was for whirling disease or just what that was.
maybe
I know Colorado
New Zealand
probably
likes
look for
it.
Is that considered bad?
That's the only wash station I've seen out around here so far, was at Harriman. And that might be a function of people flying into West Yellowstone and hitting all those Blue River fisheries. But,
Yeah, there's big interaction there with Henry's Fork and
Yeah.
South Fork and.
yeah, and Henry's gets a lot of boats there too, so. But, yeah, but that's the first one I've seen for fly fishing.
We're trying to push like that this year up in Sandy, up on the Sandy River. I don't know if we're gonna need any boot wash stations there, but we'd like to. We'd like to get them set up at the fly shops, and so when the guy comes into town, he wants some local knowledge and get a half a dozen flies, you can wash his gear there. As far as felt sole waders, Idaho hasn't made a push either way about them. There's other states that have, but I wear felt sole waders on snake when I'm still fishing. I'm just careful about decontaminate washing. And
Yeah, they had a push for, you get $25 or $50 off if you turn in your felt sole boots and waders for
That's a good
a new
push.
set of non-felt
yeah.
waders and boots. It was more voluntary than it was mandatory, but they were pushing hard.
I took my wading boots when we went down to New Zealand. Yeah. Had to get these.
What is whirling disease?
It's a disease that affects fish, and if you get it in the water column, fish will pick it up, especially in aquaculture, it's pretty prevalent. And whirling is because it affects the fish's spine and it makes them crooked, and so they spin circles.
Oh, yeah, it was great. They go in circles?
Yeah.
Bummer.
And like vectors on them.
guess they developed a strain of rainbow now in Colorado that is resistant to whirling, and so first we developed a strain, then whirling will come back, but, we have whirling disease here, don't we? It's just not to the
I
extent.
believe
Colorado.
so.
We don't have it yet?
I believe so in some watersheds, I'm not sure which ones. Fishing game does a lot on the whirling disease and fish culture, aquaculture, because we have a big aquaculture industry here. One time I heard a stat like 85% of the standard grocery trout, rainbow trout came from Idaho, came from the Hayden Valley. Yeah. That's I think that's about all I got. You're not alone in this, you know, I think you would be an interest group, I believe, but you know, there's a lot of folks out there working on this. It's not just us, even though the program's sitting in Department of Ag, there's a lot of folks out there working on this program, so. We go to the county a lot, for on-the-ground type stuff, and we work with other agencies, other state and federal agencies too, so. I think that's about all I got.
Very much. Yeah, thanks.
Maybe we can take a little break and stretch the legs and, yeah. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to call or email.
I would take this 3-minute break, we have those little slides, and you can just go to.
Yeah.
Unless you need a break.
Oh, no. I'll just keep going.